Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, collective. My name is Francine, and this is my channel, The Hermetic Herald. I'm here with an urgent message just because I feel like I didn't really have the time to prepare anything or like to get myself ready and to kind of get my mind even fixated on this. It feels like Spirit wants something to come through naturally and to come through organically. So there's an urgency in this message. This message may not be for everyone, but this is definitely about current events and about world events in particular. And since we're a part of the collective, there may be something that you can glean from this or something that will resonate for you. But this is meant to resonate for a group of people within the collective, and it will be in revolving, or it will be regarding the events that are happening at this time and will happen. I am clairaudient and clairvoyant, so I will be telling you and channeling messages with you as I work with oracle cards and with tarot cards as well. And so this morning, Spirit kind of like got me out of bed, and I've been kind of going through motherhood, going through being a new mother. So I'm trying to like kind of coordinate my time, and if you guys can resonate with that, thank you guys for your grace. And I'm really thankful for that. But Spirit gave me these two cards when I was shuffling this morning, and it was Prosperity Lies Ahead, New Moon in Taurus. And I also saw that Spirit wanted to have confidence, this card come through, which says confidence is your key to success, and that's with the new moon in Leo. So they're both new moons. There's something new coming in. There's an urgency that the collective is in need of understanding. There's something about the need for us to look at our it's almost like Spirit gave me this phrase: indecision or indecisiveness is a decision. When you're indecisive about something for so long that it tends to, you spend so much time kind of ruminating in your head about it, there tends to be a flow where everyone else is doing their thing and you're basically kind of feeling stuck. There's some people here that are feeling stuck in some form or fashion, and they need to get out of their mind space. They're kind of going and mulling over something incessantly to the point where it's too much. And I feel like you need to really get out of that mindset. As I was saying that, it was 222. So there's a need for you to also notice the number 2. That might be something that resonates for you, but that's being highlighted here. When I also asked Spirit, you know, what message am I kind of bringing to the collective today? I got the world. And so there's something about this information being important and impactful for the collective right now. There's a need for me to come from a place of humility, a place of understanding where everyone else is at, and a place of just sharing what messages are coming through in that regard. So as a human, I'm going to come through and say things in the manner that Spirit desires me to come through with it, and also it's just going to come from me, or as a Francine, not as just Spirit. So my Spirit guides and my Spirit team are going to give us messages, but keep in mind that I'm also human, so I will try to figure out things as Spirit leads. Okay, so urgency, 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 urgency with Spirit for you to make a decision. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. I'm feeling more so that there's something from this deck here. So we're going to use these cards. Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, thank you so much for being here. What message do you want to give to the collective? What messages do you want to give to the collective here? Okay, I feel 4 is enough. So we're going to start off with those and see where it takes us, okay? So the first one we have here is Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude, which lines up very well with the new moon in Taurus. So I might have a lot of Tauruses listening to me right now. It almost feels as though this is the energy of the new moon. It seems like you guys have gotten out of something and you're now walking into something new. There's a need for you to not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Okay. The next one we have here, There's some people here that are very stubborn, very bullheaded, because that Taurus energy, it manifests in light and shadow. So there's always good and bad attributes of every sign. I feel like someone here is very stubborn and stuck in something, and they're a Taurus, or they're a Taurus moon is what I'm hearing. You need to actually allow yourself to come out of the shadows, because I feel as though there's some feeling of, it's like there's a sense of you retreating and almost sticking to it. Rather than it being you wanting to be at the forefront, you want to always kind of fall back. There's a need for you to not fall back, and that you should be very, very decisive in this moment. And there's a need for you to not stick to what you know, but to do what you are being shown to do and told to do by spirit. I see here also the cat, a two-faced friend. There's someone here that has like a energy vampire, a person who says that they're your friend to your face, but they're really just gleaning all your energy for themselves, and they're not actually giving and putting or imparting anything to you. I'm hearing Eugene. I'm also hearing, what's interesting, eugenics, which is about kind of looking at there being this idea or this notion of racial superiority. For some reason that's being shown to me. And what's interesting is eugenics is something that is kind of hidden, at least nowadays. The people that were at the forefront of that thought process are still around. Some aren't, but there's a need for you to know something about racial superiority. If you feel like you're in opposition to people constantly because of your race, that's being highlighted here. And it's also like Spirit wants you to support your genetic background. You need to look into your genetic background, and there's something very important about that Spirit wants to highlight here. That you should be supportive, that you should enjoy, that you should get to know more about your specific genetic characteristics is what I'm hearing. Okay, next card we have here is Hat. You will be playing a different role. There's something that you're not expecting as far as what role you've currently played in your life. There's something that's coming out of that. It's going to be a new role, hence the new moon. It feels very new. The energy is very like, it's like you've been settled in something for so long, and it's going to be like, this is going to be kind of maybe it feels like a surprise to you, or at least when it came to you, it was a surprise to you, but there's a need for you to actually go into that new role, or to prepare to go into a new role. And we have here bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. What's really highlighted here, what's interesting is that it's like there's something that you try to repair and you're successful in it. There's something that you had to repair maybe within work, within your career, something that you had to say, okay, I need to put a band-aid over this and kind of walk away or do something different, and that was successful for you. Making that move was successful. There's also a highlight on the red here, which is the root chakra. Your root chakra is being supported at this time by your ancestors and your guides, and it's kind of like it's kind of road work for you. It's like they're giving you the like architecture, like the blueprint of what you're going to be doing, and you just honestly need to walk in it, because they're already leading you to the other side is what I'm hearing. Successfully overcoming a problem. You're successfully overcoming it, and confidence is your key to that success. You have to embody more of this confidence and less of the indecision that you've had in the past. At the bottom of the deck is grasshoppers. Situations in the balance require careful handling. You may also be seeing grasshoppers more. Personally, for me, my ancestors come to me through grasshoppers. And I feel like there's a caution here about something that you were gonna do. So let's see what else is here. We have wedge. This says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. This two-faced friend is coming up, or this energy of conflict is coming up here. There's someone that's like trying to wedge between you and a loved one, or you and a venture. That person is being dealt with is what I'm hearing. That person's wearing an amulet as if they've had past a feeling towards you. I'm seeing an amulet on that cat, And what it's interesting is that this person has this passive aggressive energy where they've had something on their shoulder, a chip on their shoulder, or something that they've carried from a previous life with you. So if you feel like this person's a karmic, if it's a person that you feel is coming in the way, it's because they've been there before. They've been there before, maybe even 6 times over. 2 to 6 lives is what I'm hearing, okay? I feel as though I need to get a card on time frame because I feel as though there's a month in particular that Spirit really wants to highlight for you guys. Let me see. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, please guide the collective. Oh, yep, definitely. We have July. That makes a lot of sense, hence the Leo energy of confidence. There's something going on in July, or there's someone here that is going to resonate with July. They may be a Leo sun as well. There's something big happening for you where you're going to overcome a problem in July if you have not already seen the results of it. July is like 5 months away, so that's going to be coming up for you in 5 months. 5 has been highlighted for me as well, which is about huge transformation. It's about change. You cannot go back. There's something that you have to be decisive about that you cannot go back on. And what am I seeing here? I'm seeing misunderstanding. When you walk in the same shoes, I'm hearing over and over, or maybe not the same shoes, the same path over and over and over again, there's some more confusion that can come in. When you walk the same path, you're going to come across many different people, and those people are going to kind of give you an idea or sway you sometimes without even realizing it, and that affects your path. You need to know that your intuition is on point and you need to walk in your path, walk with your ancestors, walk with your guides, and don't look back. And also don't try to take too much out of what other people bring to you because it can kind of set you off course and off kilter. If you're watching too many tarot videos, sometimes that might even lead you to go in many different directions and to feel pulled. So Spirit wants you to kind of ward yourself off of any misunderstanding, any evil too, because for some reason someone might be trying to sow in some doubt or sow in some confusion in your life right now. It could even be your mental state. You might just be going through so many different like thought processes, a lot of airy energy here. Okay. Spirit, is there anything else you'd like to tell the collective in regards to what they can expect? In regards to this collective in particular, there's a lot of events that are coming up to the forefront, people that are being called out for who they are. We have here balanced spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. A lot of Piscean energy, and I believe we're going into Pisces for Saturn, and I feel like Spirit is really bringing up a lot of a lot of leaders and a lot of people in the world that we look up to, or people that have been in a very high position of authority. We're looking at how spiritual they are, because I feel like some of us are going to be surprised by how spiritual these people really are. Some of us don't realize that because they don't talk about it, but there's still this energy of us understanding someone from the very root of who they are. You're going to start seeing things about people that you didn't see. It's going to start coming out of the woodworks is what I'm hearing. And we have here full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. There's going to be a climax in regards to this Aries energy, this Emperor energy, this fire energy. Someone, and likely in the public eye, is going to be, there's a feeling of they're being put out for who they are, and you're going to see exactly who they are because they're just going to kind of combust. And when I say combust, it's like you're literally going to see them kind of at the height of their energy. They're going to tell you exactly who they are, and they might even try to tell you who you are, because I just said that without even really trying to. So without even intending to, it seems like Spirit is going to bring to the forefront this Aries energy. Whoever this is, this feels more like an individual. This individual is going to show themselves in a manner that people are going to see and they're going to be maybe surprised by, or they may feel like this person's going to end a cycle in the public eye in some form or fashion. It may have started in December, but it's going to reach its height in July, and I feel as though it's going to start in February. So you have 3 months here to look for. December and February, it's going to manifest, and by July you should see that person in all their glory in some way, form, or fashion. They're also saying step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So you're also a lot of people are stepping out of their comfort zone. A lot of people are either, whether they know it or not, are either going in this ascension process, or they're going into this place of stepping further into their low vibrational frequency. There's becoming more of this extreme where it's like either you're going up or you're going down. It's like this energy that now people are starting to reveal themselves for who they are, and you're starting to see that more and more. I feel as though Spirit wants me to talk about Nostradamus. Nostradamus was someone that I didn't even know about, but I got a channeled message about him just yesterday. And there's something key and pivotal in this year 2023 that is actually going to occur. Now, I know there are people that say a number of things, so schools of thought about him, but something about what he's saying is going to happen. And I don't know how much I can say. They said it's coming, so you're going to hear about it anyway. It's coming. Be humble. It's coming. So I'm going to be humble about it and just kind of wait for it to happen. If I feel like Spirit wants me to talk about something in particular, I'll bring it up. It has to do with the moon, and it has to do with the star system. It has to do with the world. Okay? Things are coming to an end. What's interesting is we have Pisces and Aries, the beginning and the end here. We have the beginning and the end, literally, of the zodiac signs. Wow. People are stepping out of those planetary alignments, zodiacs, and they're stepping into their comfort. They're stepping more into what they're meant to be. Now we're not looking merely at sun signs. We're looking more, not like everyone is, but it's like we're stepping out of sun signs, out of moon signs, and we're stepping more into our north node, where we're meant to go, where we're meant to ascend. What energy are we ascending to, and where have we come from? For instance, if you're a north node in Libra, your south node's in Aries. There's an energy of you taking that Aries energy and bringing it to this new life that you're in, this current life, if that's what you believe in, this reincarnated life. Your north node is Libra, so you're learning how to be more diplomatic in the sense of coming together with your fellow man, with people, with connecting with others, with helping others. And something about Libras is something like of a shadow is their indecisiveness. So there may be some people who are Libra moons here. And the number 26 is very relevant here as well. There's 26, I believe, weeks in a calendar year for people working 9 to 5, I believe. So that's interesting there. Something revolving around work is going to be changing for the collective here. What direction would you like me to go in, Spirit? I'm hearing ominous, so things may look ominous in a little bit, but pure. It's real. Things are going to look ominous for some reason for a number of us. The number 7 is highlighted, so 7 months, July to September may look a bit ominous. But take cheers, what I'm hearing. Just don't allow yourself to delve too deeply into any negative or dense emotions, but see the success in that. All of these stars, I feel like, represent individuals. They're becoming more of who they are, and they're becoming more refined in the process. When it comes to the events of the world today, you may look at them and think to yourself, like, this is really heavy, this is really dense, this is negative. But I think that what they're doing, what they're becoming, is more pure versions of who they are, whether it be pure evil or whether it be pure joy, good. Because I feel like we all have a balance, but I think the world is actually reflecting that. So the light and dark within us is becoming more obvious to us, if that makes sense. Spirit wants to highlight that we're becoming more and more aware of the good and of the evil and of whatever we call good and evil. I would say light and shadow is a better way to say that. And I just saw the Tower. Number 16 is also relevant here. This is very strongly coming through. Let's see what else Spirit wants to say. Is there anything else? I'm hearing worldwide success. So there's going to be people that are going to be worldwide successes coming through that are listening to this message in some form or fashion. I'm also seeing spiders. I'm seeing spider webs. So it feels as though you guys have come up. You've come up out of a lot of emotions, maybe a lot of emotional dependence is what I'm hearing, or a lot of people depending on you or taking from your energy, like what I was feeling earlier, but you've been coming up out of that and you've come into more of who you are. You're very resilient, the group of people here. You will not be subservient is what I'm hearing. You will not be subdued either. You won't be stopped. Is there anything else that you'd like to say, Spirit? Okay. One more card. Got 2 more. Okay. So the first card we got was the 10 of water, the 10 of cups. Some of you are delving very deeply into your emotions right now. There's a lot of emotional regulation. There's a lot of you understanding how you can swim in the depths of your emotions. Some of you may be learning to swim, or some of you love doing it. It's something that's been very cathartic for you. There's a need for you to delve into the waters of your emotions, delve into the waters of your heart. This seems like you guys are doing a lot of soul retrieval, or doing a lot of understand, kind of going into who you are and what your lives were like. I'm also feeling like someone here also needs to drink more water, or to be by the water, being even in this boat, you know, just kind of allowing yourself to sit and meditate in water. Water is going to be very beneficial for you. It embodies this Pisces energy of balancing spirituality and practicality. There's a need for you to take the time that you have, the practicality of it, and find time to allow yourself to sit in water, to take even a nice shower, and allow yourself to really just allow channeling to come through you, because I feel like people here, some people are able to channel the energies here. I feel like the people that are drawn to my content are likely people that are part of my soul tribe, so I feel like you are channelers as well. And if you're not, that's something that may be coming to you. We also have here justice. So justice is coming through. There's this need for you to see your voice and how you are meant to step in the forefront of something, some endeavor amongst his people, amongst people in his community. And he's speaking out on something specific. There may be something that you're very good at speaking out about, and or communicating with people, whether it be through your words or through your actions. Justice is here. The 7 is coming out, perfection. There's something about something coming to light and it being just, that there will be this karmic balance that comes to play as a result of others stepping into, and all of us stepping into our power, and also stepping into recognizing our emotions for what they are. And I also want to let some people know that there's going to be justice in your joy, because I feel like a lot of you have felt like your joy was taken away because of your circumstances. You never really got to feel like it, like a child. This inner child, it feels like these are 2 children, 2 people with their inner child. It's like they're right here, but their child is right here. They're like delving into it and they're trying to retrieve that. It feels as though some of you guys are trying to get back to where you were at one point, or where you wanted to be as a child. And you're trying to find joy in a lot of sorrow, in the midst of sorrows. You might have been playing a role that you're used to, a hat. You've been putting on a hat that you have been told to put on by society or by your family or loved ones. And you may have even had a self-imposed hat on yourself of what you expected yourself to be and become, and it's changing because you're tapping into more of who you are. When you tap into more of who you are in your inner child, and you let your child breathe, you let your inner child breathe, it's like there's something about it being just. You're doing a justice to yourself and to your ancestry as well, and your lineage. When you open up your heart to who you are, and open up your throat, because I'm seeing blue here being highlighted. Open up your throat and protect the throat. like protect your throat chakra, your voice. Don't let anyone take that from you. Stand up against opposition like I saw earlier, like we saw here. Don't back down. Be stubborn about standing up for you and your inner child specifically is what I'm hearing. There's the 9 of Fire as well. This is the resilient energy I was feeling earlier. So it's really cool how Spirit is like tying everything up. What you see in the physical, what you see in your own life is going to be represented, or it's going to be expressed in the world around you. Trust that, because when it comes to energy, it takes on so many different forms, and there's a reason why you're seeing this message. The 9 of Fire is about you standing up against opposition. This person, he's in the military. He's standing up against something, and he's standing up, and he's been standing for so long. There's a need for you to see that you've been standing. You haven't been standing there in vain. And it also feels like you're going to be building something. You're building a community, or you're building something up from the groundworks. You've been building something for so long. You're going to see the return and the fruit of that, of what you have done. For some reason, I feel like I had to leave this one down. So let's see what it is. It's strength. I feel like I didn't need to see this, or I wasn't supposed to see this until the end. Strength is what you guys are building up, this courageous energy. We're getting a lot of fire energy. So you may be an Aries, you may be a Leo, you may be a Libra. I'm feeling a lot of just expression. So even if you don't fit into those that I've told you just now, those energies are all connected. You're being directed, because what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing the pink and yellow. I'm feeling like she's being directed by her heart space, her love of this animal. You may have a love for animals. You may have a respect and admiration for them. You may not even want to consume any meat. There may be like you leaning towards maybe opening up to Hinduism, opening up to religion in general in some form or fashion, or also being more aware of restrictions. Maybe there's something that you've had to restrict or to walk away from in order to stay healthy, or to even like to be a clear channel for something. There's something you had to put down or step away from, okay? The number 56 is being highlighted here, which goes and adds up to 11. There's something about divine timing being at play here. July is very divine for you guys. There's something very divine about that. Any other card, Spirit? High Priestess. You guys are really tuning into your energy, into your intuition, your prowess. There's something else that wants to come through. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Is there anything else? Okay, there we go. All right, bottom of the deck is the Emperor, that Aries energy. Someone of high esteem is being highlighted here. And a father figure, potentially, as well, is being highlighted here. Spirit wants that to be known. Someone with an inner prowess. It's like when they come out, when there's something coming out about that person, it's going to kind of like be a confirmation for you of this message as well. Something that's going to be on the web, on social media. You're going to see it and hear about it. Here we have the daughter of water. We have the Page of Cups. There's something about that inner child that's coming back out and to the forefront. There's something that you're tapping into that is pure, that is innocent, that is beautiful. And there's also here the Wheel of Fortune, or fortune coming through, which is beautiful. You're going to be like skimming on the surface of this water. What's beautiful about this card is that the energy of it is, out of all of the things you were dealt, the hand you were dealt in this life, you've made something that's beautiful, something that can actually skim the surface of the water. For some reason, I'm also thinking of Moses and of how he actually parted the waters according to the Bible. If this is, I think, a reference to my, also like, this is how I understand Spirit, is that he brings up, or he, the universe brings up this energy for me, or this memory. So someone here is resonating with Moses and needs to hear that, because I feel like I'm tapping into that spiritual, that Christianity type of text. It seems as though that's somehow important here, Moses, because you're taking all of who you are and you're using it for the glory of humanity, of the universe. There's something fortunate about the things that you experienced and the misfortunes somehow playing a part in you doing so well that people are just going to look at that and be like, how did you get there? How did you get that? It's because of the fortune of your inner child, of you trusting your heart, of your intuition. Now, I personally I used to come from a background where I was Christian, but I still take everything that I've learned in my life and I bring it to the fold, bring it to my foundation. So I feel like someone here is probably bringing what they've learned, the essence of maybe schools of thought, into the fold here, and they're trying to make sense out of what they used to believe in. I feel that number 26 is coming through strong again, so I don't know why 26 is very relevant here. You might be 26 as well. The person that we're talking about may be 26. We're getting here the 5 of water. Also, I'm feeling like a sense of collective. Please don't put people down. There's a need for the collective to not put people down that are already at their worst or at their lowest. Someone here needs to know that there are people out there that look like this in the public eye, that look like this and are this in their soul, right? But they're going through a deep depression or a deep, I'm hearing psychosis. They're going through a lot of inner turmoil and torment in some form or fashion. And you bringing any negativity towards this person is not beneficial to your energy either, but it's also not beneficial to the person here. I don't know who that is. There's a sense of there being like this brokenness and someone's still rising from the ashes or trying to do that. And there's a need for you to honor that, because that transformation with the Death card is something that we're all taking part in. I've been hearing this word obsequious for obsequious is what I've been hearing lately. And the number 16. So I've been thinking of that as the Tower. And obsequious is about being slavish in your energy, which is catering to the needs of people. Some of you guys may have been people pleasers, and now there's a sense of you coming out of that and being your own person indefinitely. You may have not been like a people pleaser in every form or fashion, but maybe there was a part of you as a child that used to glean, or I'm saying a lot of the same words for some reason. So if you're noticing a certain word, I think Spirit's highlighting that to you in this reading. But someone here needs to look at their path and their transformation that they've taken on, this Scorpio energy. There may be a lot of people here that are Pluto and Scorpio, and maybe that's why I'm getting the 26. It's like your age range. That could also be very important here. Something about millennials. But there's like a death and transformation going on with this person in this card here. That person is transforming as well as us. Okay, there's a need for you to see how everything is connected. It's not just you versus the world, or the world against you. It's literally the world is everything and the culmination of everything that we bring to this world. Everything we bring and everything we manifest and everything we idolize or idealize, it's all a part of the collective experience. I actually want to kind of talk about the collective experience more, because I have a website called The Collective Experience, The Collective Pilgrimage, that talks more about world events. And I'm going to be putting up more predictions on there, just because I want to do that for, because my spirit guides are very, very ethereal. They're very, very highly regarded, and they want people to know this stuff before it happens. As you guys might know, I'm a seer, so I feel like that information is important for someone out there. Words of affirmation is very important for the collective at this time, as it always is for people with that love language. But I feel like Spirit wants me to talk more about what I see and what I hear, because I do write as a scribe. I write things from the Akashic Records. someone needs to hear what I do. So I wanted to make sure I shared that with you. Okay. Is there anything, some people here are very complex souls, and that feels like that, I resonate with that a lot. There's someone here that's very complex in their thought processes. I'm feeling very airy energy now with Libra. Okay. Spirit says I should stop doing it right now. So thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you soon. Bye.